Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my 2016 complexion favorites. So that would mean like all of my face products that were my favorites during the year of 2016. So let's just go ahead and start off with primer. So my favorite primer for the year of 2016 was the Pony Effect Radiance Glow Hydrating Starter. And I think that comes to no surprise because I use this product a lot whenever I showed like videos of me doing my makeup. This was the main primer that I would use. This is a beautiful luminizing and hydrating primer, so I definitely recommend it for those of you with drier skin, and if you prefer dewy look, then this is definitely the primer for you. My other favorite primer, although it's not particularly a primer, it is the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. I use this as a mixer with my foundations most of the time, and it does a beautiful job at keeping your skin hydrated as well. And this one doesn't feel too oily, which is why I like it, and it absorbs really quickly into the skin. Let's go ahead and move on to foundation. So my only favorite drugstore foundation for 2016 was the Maybelline FitMe Matte and Poreless. This is the one that I continually use, which is why it's one of my favorites. A lot of the other ones that I used and tried and I really like, sometimes I just use them like during that time period and I never really got around to it again, but this one I've loved ever since I used it for the first time. It's a beautiful, not too matte and not too drying matte foundation, so if you have drier skin, this works very well even for you. I do have eczema prone facial skin, and this one doesn't like dry out my skin anymore. It doesn't emphasize too much texture or anything like that. It doesn't have that much coverage. It's like medium coverage at best, but it is a beautiful foundation if you want like a matted look but nothing too drying matte, if that makes sense. High-end favorite foundations. One of my favorites was the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Foundation, and I am in warm ivory in this one, but this one is flawless. It gives you such beautiful high coverage. I use it as concealer even, and it just looks so beautiful on the skin. It gives you a light skin finish. If you use like a mattifying primer or a dewy primer underneath, then it will give you that type of finish. So it's very versatile, and it just, I don't know, it just gave me a flawless canvas every time I used it. So my other high-end favorite foundation is the Kogen Do Aqua Foundation, and that comes to no surprise as well. I have used this year-round. It's just an all-around wonderful foundation. I use it as concealer as well. It's not super pigmented, but it reflects just enough light from my under eyes to kind of dispel like the dark circle look from underneath my under eye bags. But it is a really gorgeous radiant foundation. It's perfect for like an effortless look. If you're in a rush and you just kind of want to look awake, and if you don't even have time to put on primer, then this foundation is wonderful. It wears super well with and without primer, and it just looks absolutely radiant on the skin. Okay, so cushion foundation. I tried a ton of cushion foundations in 2016, and it came to this one as my absolute favorite one for 2016, and that is the Sulwhasoo Perfecting Cushion. I am in shade 25, and it is a perfect match for my skin. It doesn't break up on the skin. It wears beautifully throughout the day with no touch-ups at all. As a wonderful like nice dewy finish. It's a little bit more on the satin side compared to other cushion foundations, but it still gives you a wonderful glow, and my skin just always looks so flawless every time I use this cushion foundation. So definitely one of my favorites, and I take it with me whenever I travel all the time. So moving on to contouring products. So my absolute favorite contouring product, so as I was saying, my favorite contouring product of 2016 is the RCMA Highlighting and Contouring Palette, which I believe was also one of my favorites last year, but I have dug into this so much. So the two contouring shades here, they're absolutely beautiful for contouring the face without looking too muddy or too fake or anything. It just blends seamlessly into the skin, especially if you're already putting on foundation. You can use it underneath and on top of foundation, and it works beautifully either way. Moving on to luminizers. So my favorite one of 2016, I have two actually. My favorite one, this one's a cream one, and that is the Pat McGrath Labs highlighter, cream highlighter, and this is the one in nude. I don't know if the one in gold or whatever it was, I don't know if that one was any different, but this one is an absolutely beautiful highlighter. This is an absolutely beautiful cream highlighter, and it just looks so absolutely flawless. Whenever I kind of want like a no makeup day, I use it on my cheeks, on my nose. I pat it on top of my eyes as well, and on my inner tear ducts to give myself some light. And it's just absolutely beautiful. It wears all day, and it's so flawless. Okay, and my other favorite luminizer plus bronzer is the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. And this is in light medium, but this luminizer and this bronzer together, they're just absolutely beautiful. I'm wearing the bronzer today, and it just looks so effortless. It is the perfect amount of warmth to add to the face. I also put it on top of my nose to give myself a bronze look, an even more bronze look. And then I also use this on no makeup days. I put the bronzer on my eyes to give it some life and some depth, and it just looks absolutely flawless. Let's talk about powder. So for the longest time I was using the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed the matte look, but then now I've transitioned to dewy, and because of that I kind of swore off the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. And now my absolute holy grail, this is holy grail status for me, is the Kevyn Aucoin Gossamer Powder. It comes very similarly in a cushion format, but this is amazing. It sets your under eyes beautifully. It gives you just enough of a matte look without making your eyes look cakey or your makeup look cakey in general. I don't recommend baking with this one because you don't get a lot of product, but it's a beautiful setting powder, and I use this all the time. After using this for so long and then using other setting powders, this one really decreases the amount of creasing that your eyes end up getting, and just in general your foundation ends up getting. So definitely if you need like a no crease type of powder that's finely milled and just gives you a wonderful, like, not too matte, but it allows your skin to breathe and kind of dew up throughout the day, if that makes sense, or if that's something that you like, then this is definitely a powder you want to check out because it's absolutely stunning. So my favorite blush for 2016 was the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek, and this is the one in quarters, but in general my favorite cream blush and my favorite blush in general for 2016. I rediscovered this. I don't know, I just have so many blushes in circulation, and then some of them, they just get lost, and then I rediscover them and then I fall back in love with them. But the Colourpop formula is absolutely beautiful, and I also use it on no makeup days. I use it on my cheeks and I use it on my eyes, and it just gives you a really beautiful flushed look. So moving on to tools. So one of my favorite tools for 2016 are these cushion puffs. You get them a lot with cushion foundations, and you can also buy them separately, but they have been a savior for me. They're super easy to work with. A lot of people probably don't like them, but I love using them to kind of, I particularly love to use them with my cushion foundations, of course, but I also use it to apply my concealer. So whenever I apply my concealer to highlight, this is what I use. I just cake on the concealer and then I blend it out that way, and I blend it all around everywhere. I also use it for cream blushes, so I put it on, dab it. I also use it for cream highlighters and liquid highlighters. It's just an all-around versatile product that I love using, and you just get so many of them. It's like, you know, it's like getting a new beauty blender every time. Except you use it dry. So it is a little different in texture and everything, and the fabric itself is different, but these are freaking amazing. I don't even use my blending sponges much anymore because I have these. My next tool favorite for 2016 was the Artis Oval 6. I love using this little guy for applying my primer. I like it for foundation, concealer. It is absolutely amazing. You can even use it to contour your nose. But I also use it to apply like the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. And the size of the Oval 6 is just perfect for my face, so I can use it all around, or I can use it to spot certain areas. I definitely recommend the Artis brand for these brushes because I've had this one for nearly maybe 2 years now, and it hasn't shed, it hasn't shown any signs of like wear or anything like that, and the bristles are definitely not coming out as a whole either. My next two favorites are from the same brand, and that would be the Wayne Goss number 2 and number 15 brushes. The number 2 is a highly versatile brush, which is why I've been loving it for 2016. I use it for my under eyes. I also use it to highlight. I use it to apply bronzer. You can use it to apply blush as well. It is such a wonderful and versatile. You can do like nearly all of your powder face makeup with this brush because it's just so amazing. And then the number 15 brush I primarily use to highlight. It really catches powder extremely well, and it does sit on your cheekbones absolutely beautifully. It blends it out beautifully. You can get up here, you can get here, you can get everywhere with it. I also use it from time to time to clean up fallout from eyeshadow, and it just gets it perfectly without smudging anything else. And pretty much that's it for my favorite complexion products for 2016. I tried to go through that as quickly as possible because I feel like it was a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!